Wise women. Wow, it's summer in Vermont, one of my favorite times of the year in our state. And it's a time for sowing seeds in our garden, a time for many projects happening. You might hear a construction project happening in the background too. But I want to talk with you today about having a garden and sowing seeds, because I feel like it's such a miraculous discovery, when we begin our gardens every spring into summer, and we plant those tiny little seeds into the earth, and we water them, or maybe the rains come and nurtures the garden, nourishes the growth of the garden, and pretty soon we begin to see and reap the rewards of the garden, right? Everything begins to grow, and we still have to tend it. We have to pull out those weeds so that none of the beautiful vegetation gets strangled by the weeds. So we still have to care for it, right? And this is very similar to how I see our lives on this cycle of give and take, planting and caring and being there, nurturing and reaping the rewards of it. It's a cycle that I think is really significant in our lives as we age and we see the fruits of our livelihood, maybe our work comes to an end at some point. The same with relationships, and the same with losing people in our lives, maybe through the loss of a relationship or through death and passing on. It's very much like a garden that we plant, those seeds that we put out there. And sometimes what happens, you can hear my rooster too. Sometimes what happens is we put in all that effort, into planting those seeds, nurturing relationships, nurturing our garden. And it's hard work. It's hard work to weed a garden, to weed out certain conflicts in a relationship. And when the time comes to say goodbye to it, or the time comes to pull up our vegetation, close up our garden for the winter season, there's kind of a sadness to it. And sometimes we don't want to even try again the next spring. But I think it's important. It's important to plant those seeds in many different parts of your life. After loss, you might feel really exhausted, and you just don't want to put in an effort to any other relationship in your life. Sometimes it's even relationships that you've had for a long time. You just don't want to see those people anymore. You're just so exhausted from the loss that you've experienced. I think it's really important to put yourself back out there and plant those seeds again, and nurture and nourish those friendships and those relationships. Also to build new ones. Plant an all new garden. Maybe in your transition, you move to a new house or a new place where you have to build a new garden. Do it, even if it's just on a little patio. It could be a raised bed garden. It could just be some plants that you bring into your house. But you're bringing in hope. You're bringing in new life. You're bringing in new plans for yourself. And that's a very, very good thing. It doesn't have to be a huge garden. It doesn't have to be a farm or anything like that. It can be something very small. Steps that you take to begin your garden again in life. Thank you so much for watching my videos, being a part of my newsletter, and for many of you that I've been able to talk with on the phone and work with in the Wise Women Warrior program. I'm filled with gratitude. Thank you.